Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder, Pat Trading Partners, along with Bob Icino. So Bitcoin following up, broke up from the triangle. You see, hit that 5,000 level. It actually ran up. This is why we focus on candle bodies. So we focus on these candle bodies. We go across, then we could tie in the wicks, but focus on the bodies first. Gave the next area of resistance. Couldn't even make it back to the 50, falling back down. Now it's just in a very sloppy horizontal channel. There is no triangle left. Here's another reason we focus on the bodies. See, we had a key close here about 62.34. Another key close right at that same level. Yes, it dips down, but you get more information on where it closes and where it goes intra-candle, okay? Because lows and highs often don't line up, but closes are much more powerful. And here's another way. So we have this close, we come back over here, and then you can start lining up and seeing where the real key levels on these moves are. So right now I'd be watching for a key close below about 62.30 or a key close above 64.45. Those would be the two major levels I'd be watching to help determine the next move. Otherwise, it's just this horizontal channel. The moving averages have gone flat. If we do run up again and we get that key close above 64.40, watch then for a return to these areas of these wicks and the flattening at 50, about 65.57. If we break down, then we'll watch for the return to the lows, 6,008. What's really interesting is on the daily chart, we've gone sideways. Remember, we've talked about many times the two ways corrections happen. This is a sideways correction, so it hasn't really recovered. Yes, we've had some run ups, but it really hasn't recovered. It hasn't moved into the rotation zone. So if we can get a close above the rotation zone on the daily basis, and I'm going to say about, focusing on the candle bodies again, about 65.30 area, then I'll be watching for a return to the other end of the rotation zone, 68.92 to 6,900, or 68.92 to 6,900 area. That's going to be very key, the next key resistance. If we break down, these levels haven't changed. 58.65, 50, let's just call it 5,700 major cluster, and then 53.84. Let's switch over to Ethereum. Ethereum also pretty much had a sideways consolidation. The rotation zone came down, 8 come down, and then we collapsed down. It's also why we look at the closes. Key close right on our 288 level pretty much. So those minor levels are done. What I'm just going to do now, we can go from the most recent swing. This will give us the next very minor levels to see if anything lines up. And look, wow, look at that. So that just reinforces 278.71 level right there. 272 minor level, but still the next major level is 252. Very weak on Ethereum. Now, if we get a rally, I'd be watching to the prior support. So here you see this prior support, especially where those candle bodies are. Tying in with the 8, about 305. So anywhere around that 300 level is going to be very key. If we get through that, I'd be watching for the prior area of resistance coming in with the 21. Right here's the most recent area of resistance. So I'm going to say about 320. Let's zoom out to the daily. See what's going on. If we did have a stronger rally back to the 8, I'd be watching for about the 340 to 342 level. Other than that, this can't get much traction at all. So one little green day, two big red days, pretty much a doji day, slightly green, slightly up, and then another collapse down. It's not even waiting for the 8 to touch the price action. Lots of weakness in Ethereum. Again, nothing to do. Sit on your hands. No high probability bottoming pattern yet. We don't have anything. No strong reversals at these key levels. So it's just, again, sit on our hands and keep also take into account that other cryptos are very, very weak. Bitcoin is holding up a little better. Now, if these other those cryptos can't get a rally on, it might drag down Bitcoin. But if you see any strength in the other cryptos, and I watch for a breakout to the upside in Bitcoin because it is stronger. If none of these can rally at all and Bitcoin starts getting pulled down, especially below that key closing I talked about, then watch for Bitcoin to start accelerating to the downside. That's how we're going to be watching to play this. So we have for you on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.